welcome to the Tarot Cottage. My name is Amy. I'm back today with a pick a card reading for you. Welcome to my beautiful returning subscribers. Thank you guys so much for your beautiful comments. Thank you for your friendship, your beautiful support of me in the comment section and to each other as well. If you have stumbled across this channel for the very first time, or if you're a new subscriber, be sure to hit your notification bell and drop me a comment below any of my videos this month for your chance to win a free tarot reading with me. It's just my way of giving back and saying thank you to my subscribers who continue to come back. So please drop your comment, and if you are chosen the winner, I will notify you in the comment section with clear instructions on how to reach out to me and how we can get the ball rolling. So I would just love to read for you, so be sure to do that if you are interested. But thank you for joining me today. I do pick card readings on this channel, so get cozy. We're going to have a little chat because we're all friends when we gather here together. For today's pick a card reading, we're kind of doing a check-in. We do this sort of bi-weekly. It's a soulmate and separation, no contact reading. There are secret feelings and current thoughts about you. So somebody in no contact that you feel really close to, they could be a soulmate, a twin flame energy that you feel drawn to. And what are their current feelings and secret thoughts of you? We have 3 piles to choose from. Pile number 1 here with the cream poppy and the bobcat spirit. Pile number 2 with the peony and the dolphin. And pile number 3 with the whale spirit and the carnation. So whichever pile or piles are calling out to you, there may be a message waiting today, and my timestamps are listed below. I'm going to jump right into pile number 1. Again, today we're doing a soulmates and separation no contact reading. What are their current feelings and secret thoughts of you? Pile number 1. Hello, pile number 1. You were drawn to the beautiful cream poppy here, and this is your reading. You are also drawn to the bobcat spirit. So a soulmate in separation, no contact reading. What is their current feelings and secret thoughts about you? You were drawn to the bobcat spirit, and it says life is a mystery. It's number 8. I feel drawn to Leo energy here with the bobcat. I know it's not a lion, but I'm just feeling drawn to Leo because of the 8, because of the strength energy. And also the bobcat spirit for me is about looking beyond what we're able to see. It's like looking beyond immediate appearances to see this discernible truth of how they feel. So this could be an indication that you or this person are not able to really express yourselves. And I realize it's a no contact, but they may not be able to because of practical concerns, or it's just whatever they're portraying on the outside of things perhaps is giving the indication that everything's fine and that they're perhaps no longer thinking about you. But this could indicate that we have to look beyond that to really see how they truly feel inside. So this reading will hopefully shed light for you. So let's start here. What are their current feelings, please? Secret thoughts for pile number 1. Now, whenever I see the poppy, if you're drawn to even the beautiful cream poppy here, I think about Flanders Fields. I think about remembrance. And I think about sort of a war energy. You know, it's like being, waging a war inside of us. This person may be very good at holding their truth inside and not making it discernible to the outside realm in some way as well. We have the 9 of Swords that we're starting out with. And I'm using the Impressionist Tarot for you today. But the 9 of Swords is it can feel very disturbing because this person could be losing sleep over you. So these current thoughts are very persistent and they're always thinking about you, to the point where it's influencing their sleep cycles, it's influencing their dreams perhaps as well. And I do feel like they worry a lot about the situation overall. Even though it's a no contact, maybe they don't feel like they have the ability to reach out to you in some way, but they worry a lot about this situation. And I feel like they've worried a lot for a long time over you because it feels like they have endured a lot of separation between the two of you. I feel it could have been years. And I do feel like this person is very settled in their life. They're projecting a very settled energy, and they know that they have a lot to be grateful for, but they think like they just care about you so much. They have you on such a beautiful pedestal, and they despite everything that they have, there seems to be something missing. It's like they feel like something is missing in their life. They have so much to be grateful for, and they recognize that. But there's also this energy coming through about like the human race. It's like the race to achieve positions in life, the race to achieve a marriage, the race to achieve a certain career, and how we're all trying to kind of chase that dragon, and how this person has done just that. They've jumped through the hoops of everybody else's expectations. But there's just this dissatisfying feeling that they're having regarding you. We have the 7 of Wands with the 10 of Pentacles. Now, the Ten of Pentacles can definitely indicate a cycle of abundance that they're experiencing right this moment in their career, in their family. And this is something that they've definitely invested in because it's given them a lot of security. It's given them a lot of sense of security in the practical realm. But it's also presenting as something that creates the imbalance for them, because they do have a lot to be grateful for, and yet they still can't stop these thoughts. They still can't stop the rumination of your connection. And so they're very, very good at presenting a very solid, strong front in their environment. And that's perhaps why you were drawn to the bobcat, because they're able to really put on that mask. There's Leo energy, the strength. Woo! So much going on here. We have the Tower, we have the Hermit, the Five of Wands, and the Page of Wands. I'm not going to keep those, but there's the Two of Pentacles, and all of these energies together is very contemplative, a very, with the Five of Wands and the Hermit together, it's very, even though they've retreated to their own truth about this connection, it's very restless, the energy that they feel. It doesn't feel healing or meditative. It feels very restless. And they've had certain epiphanies about you with the Tower energy. They've had a lot of epiphanies about you, but I feel like the Tower is also connected to their position. And so they are concerned about that Tower falling. The Death energy. Back of the deck is the Page of Cups and the Eight of Swords. I will say this person has not given up this dream about eventual reunions. They realize that perhaps now is not the time because there's a lot of obstacles that are in the way at this time, but they have not given up on eventual reunions here, because sometimes they even think about what it would take to reach out to you, what sort of reception that they would receive if they did reach out to you. They do feel stuck, but they are sort of really, they're not foolish to think that they're actually stuck. They know what it would take to create some sort of connection with you. And part of this epiphany that they've had is about you being in this strong position of authority over their soul almost. It feels like you have made such an impression on them. You're a temptation for them. You don't have to be the Empress. You can definitely be the Emperor energy. It's all about energy. But they can't shake this feeling about what the two of you could have built together. We have the Four of Swords. It just showed itself to me as well. There is definitely a closure cycle that hasn't happened for this person. And it's like they want to be anointed. It's like there's an anointment energy coming in with the stained glass. It's like they wish to be healed, and they feel like they could be healed by you. It's like they could have a more fulfilling experience, and that's just the truth of how they feel in this moment. Like that's just the reality of their 3D situation. And they do definitely have a lot of responsibilities. And they're very stoic about it. Like they're kind of quiet. Feel like a quiet person. They are somebody who wants to be seen as dependable. They want to be seen as somebody who has a really high regard for their family. They have a strong sort of respect for the family unit, which makes this all the more difficult for them, I feel. All the more sort of overwhelming, because they don't want to be the type of person that steps away from their responsibilities. And yet they can't seem to shake this feeling. They can't seem to shake this feeling for you. They're holding on. Because either way, it's like they have to choose which form of hard that they're going to be enveloped by. It's like they have to choose which type of torture they're going to suffer through, because either way they feel like they're going to have to suffer in some way. If they close out the cycle of whatever's holding them back, they have to watch that crumble, and they have to suffer in that way. They're sort of accustomed to suffering in this way with you. It's like they've become used to this rumination, this anxiety over you, this holding on energy. So they have to choose which path, which version of hard they want to adapt to. And they know what they have to do. That's the thing. They know exactly what they have to do. They know what actions they have to take, and they recognize that it's going to require vulnerability. There could be children involved in this cycle at this point, so please take that as it resonates. We do have the Page of Wands, and we have the Page of Cups together with the Nine of Pentacles. They are very, very curious about you in a very physical way. They're still very curious about what you're up to in this moment. And they're also very curious about whether or not you feel the same way as well. There's something innocent about your connection. So for someone watching, you may not have actually had a full-fledged relationship with this person, or if you did, it may have been a very innocent type of relationship that you had with this person as well. What are some of their secret thoughts, please, for pile number 1? We have the chaser in a codependent relationships and a fear of abandonment issue. And this was a problem that could have been plaguing them in the past as well. I feel like in the past, this bobcat spirit still very much encompassed them. Like they were very mysterious about how they felt. They really kept their feelings to themselves. And it was all because of fear of rejection. It says making healthy choices in love and life, trying to be happier. They have made a lot of really good decisions in their life. They've made a lot of really strong choices that have led them to a lot of different forms of abundance. The issue comes when they haven't focused on emotional abundance overall, because they always have perhaps been running from this fear of abandonment. There is a twin flame energy on the back of this deck, so they do feel that there's something very encompassing or very powerful about your connection at this time as well. What are some of their secret thoughts, please, for pile number 1? What are some of the secret thoughts that they're having? Words hurt. I feel like this person had such a strong sense of fear of rejection from you. And I feel like that fear is still in place in this moment. They definitely put you up on this pedestal. I often liken the Nine of Pentacles, the Nine of Cups, to like the star energy of somebody who looks almost up to you. Like you're not in their league, or the position that you're in this moment doesn't allow them to come forward because they just want you all the time. And there's this pressure for them to communicate that to you. There's this travel issues, like they want closure. They want to see you or talk to you. And they think about it a lot. Like it feels like a very persistent thought. It says, I think so, yes, coming in the reversal. Because when they do consider reaching out to you, they get hit with a bit of a wall. They get hit with this fear factor of what's coming in the future. They get pulled from the past into the future. I dream about you a lot, probably too much. And I did feel that when we had the Nine of Swords coming out as your first energy, because I feel like they've lost sleep over this connection. We have wrongful advice, and they definitely took the wrong path when it comes to you. And they don't feel like they can go back to change it. And I feel like that really frustrates them. I feel like they're frustrated almost with themselves in this situation as well. You have yes coming in the reversal. And they worry about the two of you a lot. There is this fear as well about being sort of found out for their feelings. It's like, what if somebody can kind of see through my facade and see how I truly feel about you? And how would they feel if they had been found out for their feelings? What are their secret thoughts, please? Oops. You have no idea what you do to me. And I try to pretend that I don't care, but I really, really do. Because I truly fancy everything about you. And I will say they do prioritize the way that you look, because there's something very beautiful and sensual and intriguing about the Nine of Pentacles, about the beautiful Empress as well. We have I have changed. So many years have gone by for someone watching, but you're still a stunner. There could be a voyeuristic energy that comes from them if they're watching your social media, if they're still aware of what you look like. They could be keeping tabs on you. That's not an overwhelming energy, so that may not be for everyone. But they've always found you attractive. I love you, but... And whenever I see the word but, I always think about these caveats that we place upon things and these standards that we have to hit. It's like there's so much of intensity of emotion here, but there's so many obstacles that they feel like are in the place now. So they know that now may not be the time. This definitely feels like an obsession. I have two more here. I'm missing you right this second. and I miss you terribly. Do you miss me? So this person is very uncertain about how you're feeling about them, but they do reminisce a lot about the past. You may have gone to school or come of age with this person, because I think about this, I am aglow with thoughts of you is a Sarah Harmer song. And there is a feeling about nostalgia and remembering so many beautiful memories with you, and not even being sure at this point whether those memories are true or whether they're sort of making them up or making them bigger, making a bigger deal out of those memories than they actually were in the moment. So it's just that they think too much about you is what they feel like. What's the very last thought that they have, please? What's the future of this connection? There could be more in the future of this connection, truthfully. Spirit is really speaking about, it says here, trust, life is a mystery, the Bobcat Spirit. And there is this desire or this intention about shifts and changes that could eventually come. What could the future hold here in this connection for pile 1, please? We have freedom flows. Don't hold yourself back from worldly freedom. Dream grand things for divine sacred reason. And we do have birth reversed. Another gateway appears in view. New life is unfolding with blessings to you. And it's coming in the reversal, because I feel like the freedom flows card is definitely connected to the death energy in your future spread, or in your future position, because this person realized that they're holding themselves back in this moment because they feel like there's danger associated with ending the death cycle or ending one cycle in order to open up change with you. And they do understand that now is not the time, but I feel like they're still holding on to the possibility of something happening in the future of this connection. Even if they feel like it's unrealistic, they are not ready to let that go at this time. Let's get a charm bowl, please, for pile number 1. The very last thought this person had about pile 1 in the bowl, please. They thought about expansion. They thought about what it would be like to be in a connection with you, and maybe even a commitment with you as well. There's something about an institution where the two of you could have met, or regarding institutions, so you may have gone to school with this person or went to the same church in some way in the past, and they definitely don't have a lot of confidence, or they didn't have a lot of confidence in the past, and they still don't have a lot of confidence with how you could feel for them in this moment as well. They also don't have a lot of bravery to come forward, but they're still protecting this connection. So they really thought about what it would take to reach out to you. Sometimes the Hierophant can speak about marriages, so please take that as it resonates, if that resonates to your situation or theirs. Some charms in the bowl, please. We have gentle, we have V and O. I do think of the Hierophant with the letter V. It could be an initial. We do have endurance with the Elephant, and I think about the Divine Feminine, so it could have been a long time since the two of you have seen each other. I also think of India, and I think about good luck. We have a penny here from 2008, so communication, and that was about 14 years ago. We have gentle. We have here the horse. I think about being pulled in different directions, or the Chariot energy, so Cancer energy. And we do have the Divine Feminine stiletto, the black, or the white, the black, and the white shoe. I often think about being in the in-between, sort of embracing the in-between as well. All right, pile 1, that's what I have for you today. Hope it resonates with you. If it did, please drop your comment below for a chance to win a free reading with me. Be sure to hit your notification bell if you do so. And you can also check out my links below for Etsy for a personal reading or for Instagram. But I hope that you come and visit me at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a great day. Hello, pile number 2. You are drawn to the beautiful peony or to the dolphin spirit, and this is your reading. A soulmate in no contact, a soulmate in separation reading. What are their current feelings and secret thoughts about you? This is number 20, and it's the dolphin spirit, and it says this and that are true. And when I do think about the dolphin spirit, I do think of sonar, and I think about vibration and kind of going off of those communications. So there could be absolutely no contact here. And the 20 does speak to judgment and a lot of reflection that has gone on about this connection, about the past, about previous opportunities as well. This could have been even a friendship for someone watching, because the dolphin, I often think about having a lot of fun, even hanging out in groups of people too. So that could have been a dynamic of your connection too. It could have just been a friendship. But there was a lot that was kind of said between the two of you without being said. A lot of energy flying between the two of you that should probably have been discussed further, but maybe not. Maybe it wasn't said out loud. And I feel like even today, you may feel like you kind of pick up on this person's vibration, and vice versa. You may kind of pick up on them too. So you may be longing for reunions for a friend, but there may have been a lot more flirtation back and forth, like a back and forth cat and mouse game between the two of you. So let's take a look here. What are their current feelings and secret thoughts, please, of pile number 2? We have the 5 of Wands. It's almost like they felt like they had a lot of competition for you or something. And there's definitely a sense of insecurity at that time in their life. But they always had this feeling about you. And I think this was very mutual between the two of you. It almost feels like a very strong spiritual connection, even from the get-go. And I feel like you may have even been almost children, maybe teenagers or something when you met. But there's just a very strong spiritual connection right off the bat. And I'm thinking about tadpoles. And I'm thinking about tadpoles that are swimming together and kind of growing together. It's almost like you met in a group of people, or this was like a group of friends. But there was something special about your connection. We have the 8 of Cups. They definitely felt like it would be easier to walk away than it would be than it has been. Like they thought it would be easier to release. I feel like they walked away with their curiosity about you intact. So I feel like the two of you may not have dated because they feel like they walked away to find themselves or to escape from this curiosity that they had about you, escape from the connection. But they didn't find what they were looking for necessarily. And I feel like you put this person up on a really high pedestal, and I think they did the same for you. And it's like this could be the type of person where when you look back at your like dating history, and you may not have dated this person, but when you look at your dating history, you kind of put this person on a pedestal and say, you know, this was the one person that never disappointed me. They never hurt me purposefully. There's just something innocent about it. So it's put up on a really big pedestal, and they do that for you as well. They want you to think of them as this knight in shining armor. They want to be that one person that has never disappointed you. And so part of this nostalgia surrounding you is kind of sweet in that way, because they want to keep it safe. It's painful to be separated, but there's also something really kind of beautiful about the safety net that they've wrapped around your connection in some way. Here's the Moon. We also have the Ace of Pentacles with the Page of Wands. But that curiosity, that fire for you is still intact, and they do really wish that they could reach out to you. They really want to communicate to you in the present moment, but it makes them feel really vulnerable to think about reaching out to you. They don't know how they'll be received. There's a really strong Scorpio energy here for this person. We have the 5 of Pentacles reversed, and the 9 of Cups. Now this 5 of Pentacles is somebody who wants solutions. You know, they want a separation to end, and that's kind of a wish in their heart. And here's the Rabbit again. This Page of Wands keeps following us around this whole reading, because this is a desire in their hearts. There does seem to be some sort of game. I don't want to say like a game was played, but there was like a cat and mouse game, a back and forth flirtation that they still think about. And they're kind of sorry that they didn't say something. Like there is a lot of regret and almost an apology that's coming forward because they didn't say something, and they know that they should have, but there's a very strong school energy coming in, because I'm just looking at, almost like I'm looking at a schoolboy. And so it's like they were just waiting for the perfect moment, but that perfect moment never arrived. Here's the Page of Cups, and here's the King of Cups, and they have grown and they have expanded. They're not the same person. And so they wonder about you. That's why they never want to have their armor tarnished in your eyes, because they're like, I've evolved, I've changed, and there's some parts of me that maybe would be unsavory to you, or maybe you wouldn't like the new me in some ways. And that's not one of the other reasons why they tell themselves that they should wait, or that they shouldn't reach out at this time. It just falls back to the fear factor ultimately, but they do definitely think about communication and just kind of popping up out of the blue. And what's interesting is that this same back of deck was for pile 1. Very different energy surrounding the reading, but the same back of deck energy, which I find interesting. But a really strong water energy or water vibe coming from this person. So they definitely could be a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. For someone watching, I feel a really strong fatherhood energy around them at this time as well. If they were not a father or a parent in the past of your connection, but they could be today. Sometimes they think it's wishful thinking to think that they could have something come up out of the blue in the future with the two of you. And they really wish that they hadn't doubted themselves. There's a really strong sense of doubt, and they doubted themselves, and that's kind of devastating to them, because now we have this Ten of Swords that comes in as this over emotional response. And this, I feel like this is a very emotional person. They may not have presented themselves as such in the past, but they feel really emotionally driven to me, because that's like they are losing hope that there could be shifts and changes. And that's why it feels like wishful thinking, like if pigs could fly energy coming through here. You have the Three of Wands. And in the present moment, this person just really wants more. They dream about it. They fantasize about it. They wonder how different life could be. And I do feel like you definitely went to school with this person. I do feel like they're watching you as well. And I think that that almost fuels their curiosity more. They're curious about you. They're curious about how you have evolved, what your life is like. And I feel like they don't want to create any sort of frustration or havoc in your situation right now. They wonder if you're happy. And so for the time being, despite the very strong desire to reach out to you in this moment, I feel like they're going to kind of stay put. They're going to continue the fantasy of reaching out, because it feels like it's like you're so close yet so far away. It's like I could reach out and touch you, but I don't want to create havoc in your life right now. Here's the King of Pentacles, and there's the King of Cups again. For someone watching this person, again, there's a very strong fatherhood energy coming forward for the Divine Masculine. And this person's position may stop them from this moment. In this moment, from reaching out the way that they want to. And that's why we have here the this and that are true, Spirit says, because they're saying that they are maintaining this space, they're maintaining this energy in their home, they're maintaining their responsibilities, they're maintaining all their force there, but it's like, I can be present here and I can still hold love for you. It's like it just is what it is. I will always have these feelings of nostalgia for you. I will always have love for you in my heart. What are their current feelings and secret thoughts, please? We have Wealth reversed. I feel like they do have quite a bit to lose for someone watching. You may have a lot to lose as well. Because the wealth isn't just about coins, it's about position. We have here fear, worries, and tense situations, and that's the reason, because of the wealth, because of this Ace of Swords. There's a reality that just kind of stings. They don't want to create any fear or disturbances. They don't want to create tense situations for you. So we have indecisiveness and allowing your life to ramble aimlessly. And that's why they don't take action the way that they want to, because it makes them feel very vulnerable to think of expanding this connection. I just saw hard work ahead, because they know that things are not going to change overnight. And I will say too, with the Eight of Cups and the Ten of Swords, this could be an indication that they know they have to walk away and close out a cycle in order to fuel their curiosity here. We have Kite, Vacation, Pandora's Box, and stepping into a new situation. It says you will receive a gift. They definitely think about reaching out to you out of the blue and just expressing themselves here. And I do think that they use this connection and thoughts of you as kind of a emotional or spiritual vacation from their responsibilities. It's like a place where they go to fantasize. We do have Shield. It says you need to defend yourself on the back of that deck. And they could perhaps even use it as some type of emotional shield when it comes to you. What are their current secret thoughts, please? For pile number 2, we have Palm Tree, stability, security. Whoops. But lightning, sudden change, and shocking attack. So they are concerned about upheaval or sudden changes in your practical realm or their practical realm at this time. We also have the engagement ring. It says here, eternity, completion, union. And so I will say that the King of Pentacles, he's often committed. So this person may be in a commitment. Perhaps you are also in a commitment, but there's definitely this sense of commitment that impedes them from being able to express themselves to you at this moment. What are their secret thoughts, please, for pile number 2? You have here, I look for you wherever I go. It is reversed, but I feel like they do. It's not necessarily that they're looking for you wherever they go, but they're looking for you online. They're watching you on the online forum. You came closer than anyone to breaking through to their emotional space. Although this is a very emotional person, they could be very, very guarded emotionally. I wonder if you're happy. Are you happy without me? What are their secret thoughts, please, for pile number 2? I know that I messed up everything. Oh, they're so regretful, and sometimes they really beat themselves up as well when it comes to what they didn't get to accomplish with you. It says, I'm so attracted to you. And I remember every detail of that day, and they do reflect so much about you and about your friendship, and wishing that they could have reunions. I feel like they do sort of escape to, they use this connection as escapism. What are their current secret thoughts, please, that they have for pile number 2? You see right through me. So this sonar energy, the sense of connection. They feel like it could be two-sided. They feel like it's not just all in their head. It says, I'm coming back. You'll never know how beautiful you are to me. And I wish that I had made the first move. And they know that they should have made the first move. It could be that that was what was expected. It's like, it almost feels like an expectation. Like I should have made the first move because that was what was expected of my gender. It's like there's a sense of like gender roles playing a part here. I don't know how you feel, which could have impeded their progress or impeded their confidence here. I just saw you need to take time to think. So they spend a lot of time thinking about you. I'm not ready. I'm not ready to do anything about my feelings in this moment. And that's why they were feeling indecisive and allowing this life to ramble aimlessly. The last time I saw you, it crushed me. And it feels like the last time they saw you, it could have been an online energy coming through here. You are like a dream. And the back of the deck says, I'm too afraid that you will reject me. Let's get a future card here for the future of this connection. Please, what can pile 2 expect for the future of this connection from the soulmate and separation? We have here Divine Guardian. Do not be nervous today or tonight. The path you're on will lead you just right. Back of the deck says the art of life. There's no sacred light in the aura of an invisible life. Be bold in your skin and let your love dance in sight. So Spirit is asking us to surrender the situation and this connection to them in this moment, because they are applying a force to this person or to you perhaps about the nature of the current environments that you're both a party to and how you can make changes within. There is an emphasis on this person's position and how they're feeling the pressure to be bold and to let their feelings be seen. And until they're sort of willing to do that and shift things up, Spirit says they may not see any shifts or changes in the future of this connection, because nothing changes if nothing changes. And so Spirit's really encouraging action after reflection. That's why the dolphin's perhaps taking a leap over this expanding flower if we want to see any further change in the future here. Let's get a charm bowl, please, for pile number 2. Advice for pile 2 in the bowl. Their last thought when it comes to this connection. The person on their mind. The 4 of Wands, twin flame energy. The 10 of Pentacles. And the 4 of Pentacles. So there's a huge deviation between the 4 of Wands and the 4 of Pentacles for me, especially when we're talking about situationships, commitments, for instance. There's a feeling of temperance energy, or having to find balance within family units and responsibilities and careers, and how that gives us stability and strength, but also makes us feel insecure about stepping outside of that experience to really experience connection, like spiritual connection, emotional connection. It's like we have to sacrifice something that feels very solid for something very emotional. So it's like they're separating your connection from a practical realm in this moment, like a twin flame connection versus a karmic connection at this time. And they were thinking about that comparison. We have a pinch here. Oops. I feel like I lost another one. We have here the letter F and the letter A. We have Anne and you. We also have Taurus energy and a guitar, so acoustics. I think about vibration. We have change. We do have the open book flipped over, so it's people who did not express themselves. And we do have the 7 honey cells and 4 are filled. So I think of the 4 of Pentacles, and I think about investing in something. So investing in a career, investing in a relationship. All right, pile number 2, that's what I have for you today. I hope it resonates with you. If it did, please drop your comment below for a chance to win a free reading with me. You can also check out my links for Etsy for a personal reading or for Instagram. But I hope you come back and visit me at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a great day. Hello, pile number 3. You were drawn to the Cream Carnation or to the Whale Spirit, and this is your reading. A no contact soulmate and separation reading. What are they thinking? What are they feeling about you currently? The Whale Spirit says, trust the great mystery. Number 65, and it's number 11 when we break it down. And so there is a sense of truth that was not expressed here because the whale is diving down, and the whale has to come up to express itself or it will drown in some of that emotion. And so there could be that the two of you really left things in a very unsettled way, or there was a lot unsaid between the two of you, and we're needing to go off of faith fully in this no contact situation because there was never any full-fledged discussion or clarity between the two of you, and so we have to rely on trust in our current, respective situations. So let's take a look here. Just bear with me with my throat. I feel like I always have a cold, but my kids are always bringing home colds, so bear with me. But what are their current feelings and secret thoughts, please, for pile number 3? The 7 of Cups. Oh, we're starting with so much confusion between the two of you. And here's the lone wolf looking at the moon, suppressing all of the feelings, pushing it way, way down. Very strong Scorpio energy, Pisces energy, really strong water energy surrounding this connection, and so much confusion. It's like we're just going off of fantasy in this moment with the 7 of Cups, and where it's like we're operating off of so many options of how you could feel versus how they feel. And I do feel like this person spends a lot of time thinking about you, a lot of time reflecting, because there's so much confusion between the two of you. But it's not just confusion. It feels like there's so much pressure surrounding the confusion. Like it doesn't feel like confusion at all. It's like the only thing that was missing in the past was the two of you saying, this is how I feel. You both knew how you felt, respectively. There's the moon, Scorpio. It's easier for them to push it down. It's easier for them. They've gotten into the very strong habit of suppressing how they feel about you. I feel like they've never ever gone to the opposite side of the spectrum. They've never fully embraced their feelings. They've never expressed them to themselves or to you or to anyone. And this 2 of Pentacles is them still holding space for you, but it's like they don't know how to operate on the other side of the spectrum. It's like they don't know how to reveal themselves to you without falling victim to all of that vulnerability. And the truth is that they feel very imbalanced, and they're hoping that eventually they can kind of fall into an equilibrium where they don't feel imbalanced, but until they sort this out, they may always feel this way. The 2 of Pentacles can definitely indicate that they're being pulled in different directions as well, that there's something practical reason why they feel like they can't express themselves in this moment as well. Yeah, there's the Lovers. Because for someone watching, they do feel like they could have some type of moral choice when it comes to this connection. They feel very, very connected to you, though. There's a definite sense of yin-yang here. Even if you guys are complete opposites, they feel like there's something very, very intricate about your connection in some way. But they also feel like they have to make some type of decision or choice between you and perhaps another situation, another person. And they are afraid to lose whatever it is they have invested in. So it's something significant for them. Could be another relationship, but there's just the, despite the fact that they have invested somewhere else and there's a lot of good there, they just can't seem to shake this connection. They can't seem to shake the nostalgia. There is a definite theme amongst all three piles today about friendship and starting in friendship and starting in innocence. And if you look here at the Six of Cups, he has these crab or these lobster claws that he's holding above the water. And when I think about the lobster, I do think about vulnerability and shedding that shell. And it's almost like he's holding them above the water, like he doesn't want them to fall off. It's like, I don't want to shed this. I don't want to let it go. I don't want to let go of the hope that there can be a reunion. And so I just keep everything suppressed. That way I can still maintain it. It's like they understand that they can't come forward. They understand that there can't be shifts and changes in this moment, but they also understand that they don't really want to let it go. They'll always have this beautiful space in their heart for you. And it feels very sweet, to be honest. It's like very generous. They want every good thing for you. They care very, very deeply about you. This could have been a very deep friendship actually in the past as well, but there was definitely a spark there too. But here's the Three of Swords. And this spark, and I can't deny that the Three of Swords in this case could definitely be another person on your end or their end. And that's why they feel like this little spark that they push way, way down into their sacral chakra, way, way down into their solar plexus, way, way down into the root. The spark is still there and they hide it from sight, from other people. Because they don't want to cause pain. They don't want to cause heartbreak for anybody. But the truth is that they're already kind of creating this heartbreak for themselves. And as I look here at the sun, it almost looks like the stigmata is coming out of their hand. It's like a sacrifice that they're making. It's like, I'm suffering. I'm going to suffer so that I don't have to make other people suffer. But I just heard that their feelings for you are locked away. And there's something about their feelings for you that gives them a little bit of strength, to be honest. Even within the dynamics of their current realm, it gives them strength, this connection. So you still influence them in very, very heavy ways. We have the Page of Pentacles. We have the Death energy. They know that there is an easy solution to all of the conflict. Their easy solution, and they think about this often, the easiest solution is to just contact you. To pop up out of the blue and say, hey, I'd like to gather some information. Let's have a discussion. They understand that that's the easiest solution. But what they are very fearful of is that one communication with you, it's like one word from you could change everything for them. And if everything changes for them, that means that everything changes. That means that one door closes, another. If they want to open up a chapter with you, that means they have to sacrifice perhaps whatever they've been investing in and what they have been self-sacrificing to protect. And they're afraid of that. Not because they're afraid to be with you, but because they don't want to hurt. They don't want to hurt anybody. And so in this moment, there's so much unfinished business, and they often think about that as well. And there is an aspect of connection on the World Wide Web. I just heard the World Wide Web. So they could be watching you or keeping tabs on you occasionally. Or they think they get inspired to reach out to you online, but you feel really far away. Like you feel far away, whether it be logistically, but also just, I feel like you feel far away because it doesn't feel like a possibility. Like a practical possibility. Because in order to take this spark and run with it towards change, they have to make this moral choice. And that means sacrificing everything that they've kind of worked for, and within even perhaps the dynamics of a marriage or a commitment of that way, in that sense. There's also a sense here for somebody watching, and this isn't for everyone, but that both of you could be in a different dynamic of commitment with someone else. We have the Queen of Wands, Leo energy for the Queen of Wands. And the truth is that they've always been really attracted to you, but they've always been a little bit intimidated by you too, because they were afraid that you were going to reject them. And I keep hearing that song by Avril Lavigne, I Was a Skater Boy. She said, see you later, boy. She was like, I wasn't good enough for her. And that's what I heard. It's like, I was a skater boy. I wasn't good enough for her. And so they didn't think that they were good enough for you. But honestly, that was them kind of placing their own insecurities, like expressing them outwardly. You know, that was their own fear talking back at them. And it was just encouraging them to power through that fear. Because the choices that they didn't make back then are now biting them today because they're turning into different types of moral choices. What are their current feelings, please, and secret thoughts of pile number 3. We have a chain of events that will affect your life. And here's the world energy, this unfinished business. And I often think about this 0, the Fool, the leap that is required in order to complete the cycle. In order to have success, they have to push themselves out of whatever realm they're comfortable in, and they have to take a chance, but they're afraid of that chain of events. It's like, what if I start talking to you and one word from you could change my whole perspective, could shake up my whole world? Dealings or relationship with an older man, so they've grown, they've matured. We have dark woman. Dealings or relationship with a woman with dark complexion or hair. So this may describe the two of you in some way. We have October being significant and February as well. So Pisces energy, Libra energy. We have basket, claw, and wind chimes. Peace and harmony. Be careful, do not take risks. And recognition, reward for merit. So this basket is definitely a connection to their position, to this 5 of Pentacles, and that's where they feel like the risk is. But they definitely wish that they could have some type of closure, in the very least some type of information that could settle this feeling of uncertainty, this confusion that they have, this mystery that kind of hangs in the balance over this connection that they feel really strongly about. We have vulture. They have a depression, anxiety, or worry that something is against them. And they could have been suffering from it's almost like a teenage anxiety, depression in the past as well. But the vulture speaks about current energies. It's how this connection still brings them back to that old emotional timeline. But it also represents that nothing goes to waste. You know, Spirit's not going to let anything go to waste in this present realm. Even these thoughts of you are encouraging this person to seek solutions to their own dissatisfaction or their own imbalance in their practical realm as well. Let's get some. What are some of their current secret thoughts, please, of pile number 3? We have ascension, transcending obstacles, learning, expansion, preparing for union. It came in the reversal because they would wish that there could be expansion, but they don't know how to create solutions without this chain of events affecting them. We have here, I like you, someone likes you, romance is blooming, fun flirting, and wanting to date you. And I feel it seems so innocent, that card. And the innocence is carried from the past. We also have heartbroken, deeply hurt, sad, separation, feeling lost, still grieving the connection. And we do have here self-absorbed, one-sided love bombing. It says narcissist as well. I don't like throwing that word around, but there's a feeling about them perhaps chasing you around, or feeling like they had expressed more. I don't feel like they actually came out and said anything, but they felt like their flirtation was heavy enough that you should have known. And they felt like it was one-sided, or they felt like you were too good for them in some way. Again, this is all their it's almost like they're imposing this self-deprecation upon themselves, but they felt like you were kind of out of their league, and that you felt like you were a little too good for them sometimes. So that was just their fear talking. Some people don't want to see us together, but I don't care. I have been hurt by love before. And I feel like in the past they were hurt by this connection, even though you didn't intend to hurt, even though they didn't intend to hurt you or cause confusion. I feel like this has been a painful thing for both of you. I've been receiving your telepathic messages. I act happy, but I'm not. Oops. I want commitment with you, but just not yet. And it came out reversed. Or not reversed, sideways. We have the back of the deck. I've thought about living together. So they've had this fantasy about you being by their side in some sort of commitment cycle. What are their secret thoughts, please, of pile number 3? My heart and soul belongs to you. But I really need a break from this. It's hard to go down to the bottom of the ocean with all of your feelings. It's like they need some reprieve from some of these overwhelming thoughts. I can't keep doing this. I'm very tired. But the attraction is way more than physical for me. I didn't mean to love you. I can't help it. Oh, I just saw nothing brings me peace, and the only thing that makes me happy is you. What are some of their secret thoughts, please, for pile number 3? It took me some time, but I do see clearly now. Oh, it says, I know we are going to start over. We also have here, you and this connection have always confused me. So a lot of mixed messages they felt. Back of the deck says, I have a family. Now that may not resonate with everyone. Please take that as it resonates to your situation. Let's get, oh, actually I'm going to pull you a card for the future of this connection, which I've been doing for the last 2 piles. So what could the future hold in this connection, please, for the soulmate and separation? What advice do you have for the future of this connection? We have secret sketches. Wander and seek the familiar and friendly kind. Draw memories and sketches for others to find. We have three-eyed raven reversed. It says here, prepare for the unexpected. A messenger raven calls out with news, and it's reversed. I do feel like this person really wishes that they could express something to you, but I feel like they're going to keep it hidden inside of themselves for a longer period of time than we would like. They are very nostalgic when it comes to you, but it's like that nostalgia is the problem, because as long as they're suppressing and suppressing and suppressing and taking all of those memories and pushing them down, they remain kind of there. They remain this blockage. And so it's going to affect the future outcome, because it's affecting their ability to create change in the present moment. So we may not see a lot of shifts and changes in the future of this connection until someone is willing to bring all of these emotions to the surface. Let's get a charm bowl, please, for pile number 3. The last thought that pile 3's person had for pile 3, please, in the bowl. 3 of Swords. 3 of Swords is disappointment and heartbreak, and the desire for forgiveness can also reflect upon third-party situations. There's the 10 of Cups, or 10 of Pentacles. So this 10 of Pentacles has actually been a bit of a theme in all 3 piles. So there could be a message waiting for you in the other 2 piles, because there's a lot of commitment energy that I'm feeling in the last 3 piles. Commitments towards jobs, commitments towards career, family, things of that nature. Just responsibilities in general. And that's what could be impeding the ability to have a reunion here. And there's also an emphasis on friendship in all 3 piles as well. And so this person was just really thinking about what was getting in the way of a reunion with you. And how happy they would be, how joyful it would be if they could have some type of reunion with you. We have time. We have a phone off of the hook here. We have the palm tree of stability, which can indicate family. We do have the butterfly of transformation, and we also have the dragonfly of transformation. They're different for me because one is very hungry for success. The dragonfly is a very active participant in its own transformation, and the butterfly kind of goes inward. And so the dragonfly can indicate that there needs to be a change of direction very quickly. And we may be losing a little bit of hope here, or stamina, because the rose of hope was flipped over. So the red rose of empowerment is really speaking about thorns that are getting in the way. Pisces energy. We have the leaf of change, and we have a guitar, so acoustics. We have the DNA helix. I also think of temperance with that as well. And we do have the red, white, and blue eagle, so I think of the United States. And there's like a lack of bravery because it's reversed. All right, pile 3, that's what I have for you today. I hope it resonates with you. If it did, please drop your comment below for a chance to win a free reading with me. Be sure to hit your notification bell if you do so. You can also check out my links for Etsy for a personal reading or for Instagram. But I hope that you come back here and visit me at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a great day.